Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are taking our very first look at the new update patch notes. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. Now first of all, you'll notice that they didn't put the information about when the patch is or how big it is or anything like that up here. So, that being said, generally speaking, these patch notes come out on Thursday and the patch itself comes out on the following Tuesday. So keep that in mind, somewhere in that neighborhood. A lot of fresh content is landing. Let's see what we have this time. Please note, this update lasts for 3 weeks. But first, let us briefly introduce a new important feature. Important change to containers. Legends, we're preparing to upgrade the container system in the upcoming update. That's a lot to say. That's a lot of up and up and up. We're preparing to upgrade the container system in the upcoming update. That's a tongue twister. And it's going to change quite a few things, as well as introduce a new mechanic that we want to test. Oh boy. Anytime you have containers and new mechanics, we'll see. I'll reserve my judgment. Let's start from the beginning. Currently, the content of containers is determined at the point you receive it on your account, which, for example, may lead you to getting unwanted duplicate ships. Starting with the next update, the content is going to be determined upon opening. So the duplicate protection, if it's turned on, that's an interesting little note to throw in there, for particular items will become essentially airtight. Okay, so I understand that. But at the same time, what do you mean if it's turned on? Is this a feature that we can turn on? Like, we don't want to get duplicates, so we have to turn that on? Because if so, I'm going to have to make a video showing people how to turn that on. Because you know darn well that people will not do it. And then they'll be buying crates and going, I got the same commander 6 times in a row. Or I got the same, trust me. We've been there, all right? I have been there. I remember when this game came out and duplicates crates were the norm, okay? It was us complaining about the duplicate crates that got Wargaming to change it to begin with. So, let's hope that that feature, if it is a thing turned on, like, that is an automatically turned on thing. Otherwise, there are going to be a lot of people out there that are upset, okay? So, that's just my personal opinion right off the bat. But, yeah. If it's turned on for particular items, will become essentially airtight. However, for us to implement the new system, we will have to open any containers that you have on your accounts when the update hits. Okay, so they are automatically going to open any containers in your account when the update hits. So keep that in mind. If you're wanting to do an update video, or a crate opening video or something like that where you have a whole bunch of crates, you might want to open them and do that video before this drops. For the rest of you guys, if you're saving up crates, I don't know why. I do the same thing. I save up all my daily crates for some reason just so that I can look up and say, oh, I got 30 crates. Let me pop that button real quick. And it's nice to see a whole bunch of stuff rather than like nothing anyway pop up. But that's just me. But anyway, so keep that in mind. Additionally, some drop rates for containers that we've already released may change slightly, but it will not affect the crates opened with the update, as their content has already been determined. Now, if you don't know what they're talking about with this, basically, when you buy a crate, the moment you buy the crate, it already knows what's in that crate. It's already determined. So, that's how the crates have worked up to this point. So this is why when we go from one update to another, even if it's the same kind of crate, if it's called a big crate, the big crate's contents have changed, and you're not going to be able to get anything out of the new big crate versus the old big crate, if that makes sense. So keep that in mind. So what they're saying here is that they're going to open all of the containers that you currently have to assure that everybody starts with a clean slate of 0 containers so that the new system works perfectly, in theory. We'll see. But, with that being said, I wonder if that duplicate containers works for 100,000 doubloons. Wargaming, I know you watch these. Let me know down in the comments below. Or give me a shout on Discord. Whatever. I don't care. Either way works. But let me know if that works for 100k doubloons, because that would be kind of bullcrap, right? You wouldn't want to stop being able to get 100k doubloons. Like, sure, I don't want a duplicate of a ship, but I don't want to... I want a duplicate of 100,000 doubloons if I were to win that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've already won that on a weird thing. The whole situation around that was weird, but I'll take it. Anyway, finally, we're going to test drive a new system for containers that will guarantee you a rare reward. If you open 39 containers without obtaining a ship, then you are guaranteed to receive one of the 4 ships in the 40th container. I don't know. There's a reason that Wargaming has chosen these exact numbers, and I am assuming it has something to do with profit margin. So basically, what they're saying is, if you've bought 39 containers, you've already paid for the ship, essentially. So the 40th container, you're going to get a ship. So that's my guess. Now, I could be wrong. That's just me just assuming. I'm thinking like a company would think, right? So when you're thinking about profits and trying to think, you don't want to give stuff away for free. So if you haven't gotten a ship up to this point, you've already paid for the ship. So they're just going to give you one, you know, on top of what you've already got. Oh, God, I missed. So I like it in the fact that it's going to guarantee that people that buy lots of crates are going to get more for their money, which is nice. But at the same time, I don't know, man. That's an awful lot of crates to buy. I mean, people do it. I see the videos out there. People buying ridiculous amounts of crates. I've done them myself. I personally don't like to do those videos because I feel like it's kind of dangerous for me to do those, just because I don't want to promote people spending that kind of money on, you know, electronic crates. But that's just my personal opinion. But anyway, anytime you receive a ship, the counter towards 40 containers is reset. Oof. Okay, so yeah, that could be an interesting conundrum. Say you buy 39 containers, the next 40th container is guaranteed to have a ship in it, but it'll probably be the lowest ship in the thing, most likely. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's random as well, but it'll probably be one of the lowest ships available. And then it resets your counter towards another ship. I mean, you still have the same chance of getting the ships, I'm assuming, on each container anyway. I don't know. This is interesting. But I also want to know, if this is the case, and you've already gotten all of the other ships that are available in the crate, and you have the duplicate thing on, does this guarantee that you will get that ship that you want? Because that could be amazing. Like, let's just throw that out there. That's a hypothetical as well. If this guarantees that, then I'm all for this. Like, if you've already got the other ships in the package, and on the 40th container without a ship, you're guaranteed the last thing, which would be the most rare, obviously, most likely. The last thing. I mean, Mike would have been able to get his key, finally. Poor guy. I feel bad for that dude. I love Mike. Anyway, so that could be very interesting. I could see that being awesome. And people would definitely take advantage of that. Okay, so depending on the reaction, we'll probably start using the system for newer containers as well. In the guaranteed ship crate, drop rates are given to each ship based on their item weight. For all 4 ships, this is 40%. For all 4 ships, this is 40% for Exeter B, 40% for Graf Spee B, 16.7% for Les Terribles B, and 3.3% for Massachusetts B. The drop rates for the remaining ships increase if you have one of the ships already. But I don't believe it's... When they say the drop rates increase for the remaining ships, the drop rates increase for everything in the crate. It's not just the ships. So keep that in mind. It's not a straight up, okay, well, if I got the Exeter B for 40%, that means there's a 40% better chance to get any of the other stuff, right? No, it's 40% chance to get anything else in the thing. and you still have these, you know, it's not a linear progression, essentially, is what I'm saying. Because you still have all the other things that you can get repeats of, like, you know, all of the consumable items. Which is why I'm thinking that the duplicate system isn't going to stop you from getting 100,000 gold more than once. But, you know, I still wanted to ask that question. All right. Origin of Wisdom campaign. The all-new Origin of Wisdom campaign brings a lot of in-game items, along with 2 ships, Jelico and Mainz. Over 120 milestones in 6 weeks. Let's find out the details. Jelico is a premium tier 4 French destroyer. Awaits you at the milestone 40 of the campaign. With big 5.1-inch guns and decent torpedoes, along with the main battery reload booster. Okay, can we just stop? Alright. Tier 4 French destroyer. I mean, no other tier 4 French destroyer gets this, right? So we're giving a French destroyer 130mm guns and a reload booster for those guns at tier 4. Does that not seem a little... I mean, I guess time will tell. Maybe the guns are extremely slow rotating, because that seems to be the thing with the French at low tiers. The French destroyers, the guns are really slow rotating. So you basically turn the ship to get the guns to turn. But, gotta say, I'm not a big fan of this. Like, it's bad enough that we got all this at tier 7 and legendary tier with reload boosting destroyers. I mean, do we really need guns, you know, 130mm guns? I mean, cruisers are going to feel this the biggest. I mean, let's be real. If this tier 4 French destroyer gets a broadside of a cruiser, it'll annihilate it before it has a chance to do anything. But that's just, you know, me. What do I know? Anyway, she's as flexible as it gets. Flexible? Yeah, we'll go with that. However, this is not the same as the Element of Choice campaign, with a choice between 2 warships at the peak. The Origin of Wisdom is split between 2 separate updates, 6 weeks in total, and that's precisely why you have the opportunity to get 2 ships from it. Apart from this change and double the number of top prizes to gain, the campaign follows the normal rules. Mainz is a premium tier 7 German cruiser, docked at milestone 120. With fast-firing guns, improved sonar, armor as good as a heavy cruiser's, and 4x4 torpedo launchers, she's capable of punching way above her weight. Here's the full list of items you can get. Yes, because a tier 7 cruiser is not available. No, there's no other tier 7 cruisers that are capable of punching over their weight. I mean, it's not like you guys have... yeah, we'll just leave that at itself. The Mainz is incredibly powerful. If you guys don't know what the Mainz is, you definitely should check it out. Go to World of Warships wiki page and check out the stats of the Mainz. It's not going to be the exact same stats as it is on console. They do change things from PC to console, but it'll give you an idea of what you're looking at. But basically, it's a light cruiser German high-tier ship. Now, if you remember Weimar, or Weimar, from the last update, it's basically a Weimar on steroids. Because Weimar is already incredibly balanced, and so, yeah, I can't wait to see, you know, a Weimar with better armor. Maybe the better armor will mean Weimar gets removed quicker. I don't know. Or the Mainz gets removed quicker, but I doubt it. It's going to have ridiculous fire rate. It's going to have really good fire or HE because it's got that quarter pin HE that everybody knows and loves. So you don't need equilibrium of power, and you get to run everything else. So that's why these things are incredibly powerful. It's their fast fire rate. They've got the quarter pin, which means they're penetrating 38mm of armor, which, if you didn't know, most ships at tier 7 and even legendary tier have 32mm of armor pretty much everywhere. So being able to penetrate 38mm of armor with HE, because HE does not care about where it hits on the ship, it's going to be able to penetrate and go and do damage and set fires. And it's got 16 torpedoes. But the 16 torpedoes are German torpedoes. They're probably going to be 6 to 8 kilometers max. So I'm not too worried about the torpedoes. Yeah, it sucks when they come around the corner and they YOLO you. But generally speaking, I don't really care about the German torpedoes having 16 of them. I mean, there's 2 quad launchers on either side of the ship. So that's I don't really care about. Unless they're like long-range torpedoes, in which case that could be a problem. But anyway, here's the list of everything that you can get. Rewards that you can get without the Admiralty backing are this. Okay, it's not going to let me highlight. Okay, there it is. This is what you get without Admiralty backing. The value of the rewards without Admiralty backing is 18,278 doubloons. Now, with Admiralty backing, you get all of this, plus you get all of this. There we go. And that the Admiralty backing is always 2,500 doubloons, so it's the same, even though you get 2 ships in this campaign. The total value of the rewards, including the Admiralty backing, is 80,165, which is one of the better values of campaigns for Admiralty backing that you're going to get, just because there's 2 ships in here. I mean, that's most of your value right there. But yeah, you do get some doubloons as well. You get some credits and all that things too. But you get a lot of stuff. And this is why I've always said that Admiralty backing and premium time are your 2 biggest bang for your buck when it comes to buying or spending gold. So buying the Admiralty backing and buying premium time. Those are the 2 things that will give you your best bang for your buck. Everything else is a gamble. Okay, you know what you're getting with Admiralty backing. You know what you're getting with premium time. Everything else is a gamble. You're not guaranteed anything. Well, you're guaranteed something, but you're not guaranteed anything that you want. So keep that in mind. And the Royal Navy grows wings. For all of those folks who have been asking, why is it that the Germans get aircraft carriers and they never actually had an aircraft carrier in World War II, and the British, who actually had aircraft carriers and did legendary things with their aircraft carriers, didn't? Well, they're here, guys. One of the most impactful forces of World War II arrives to Legends. Welcome the UK aircraft carriers. They are available right from the start of the update, so don't hesitate to learn and fly. To learn to fly. And go research them. So they're not even coming out in early access? Holy moly, folks. That caught me off guard. I thought for sure these would be coming out in early access. So we're getting access straight up with the Hermes, the Furious, the Implacable. Very nice. All right. Commander, available through a chain of missions and for 900,000 Commander XP. Okay, so you can get the Commander through a chain of missions or for 900,000 Commander XP in the store. The main feature of British aircraft carriers is their carpet bombing ability. Oh no. Oh boy. Their torpedoes, meanwhile, offer a narrowing trajectory and should be oftentimes duds. I mean, look how many duds hit the frickin' Bismarck with their biplanes. Only a couple of them actually detonated. I mean, the Americans had bad torpedoes too, so I can't really say anything there. The American torpedoes, the Mark 14s, were awful. If you guys don't know that, you should check those out. But their torpedoes, meanwhile, offer a narrowing trajectory. So don't tell me you're going to be able to like pain train people with these. Like, the torpedoes dropped from planes are pretty easy to hit anyway. Like, anybody can do it. Like, seriously, torpedoes are extremely easy to aim from planes. So that's one thing that I will say. A narrowing trajectory. So I'm thinking that you start them further out maybe, and by the time you get there, there'll be a real narrow. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna have to try these out. I hate playing carriers, but I'll definitely be picking these up and checking them out for you guys and posting videos. The immediate damage output for Brits might seem lower than their rivals, but the fire chance of their bombs is such that great. That's what we need, guys. More fire. All the fire. We've got Mainz coming. We've got a Tier 4 destroyer with a reload booster on its guns. And now we've got carpet bombing with a high fire chance. Fantastic. Just when you thought, you never thought. It's just It is a thing. Through the fire and flames, guys. That's what we do. That are great at keeping things aflame and often win the war of attrition. Great. UK Commander Dennis Boyd enters the game to guide your British carriers to victory. His base trait and legendary skill look like this. Base trait is under the radar, reduce air detectability for all ship types up to 10%. Lovely. Wait. Reduce air detectability for all ship types. Okay. Never mind. It's not just for their planes. It's actually just in general. You are sneakier from planes. Okay. Legendary skill, the Vault. Passive effect, increase your dive and torpedo bombers' HP by 4%. Special effect, reduce incoming damage to your aircraft carrier as long as you're in proximity of an ally. Okay. And that is by up to 20%. So that's a pretty significant change. Soviet, I think that's similar for the cruisers, I think. They have a skill that does the same thing, I believe. But this is the aircraft carrier equivalent. Soviet cruisers leave early access. Ships of the new line sport higher caliber guns and will give you a very familiar feeling if you're used to the original line. Flat ballistics, sonar, and respectable torpedoes make for good all-rounders at every tier. Kotovsky, which will give you a taste of the new line, was named after a Russian Civil War Red commander. Gorky was awarded the Order of the Red Banner for exceptional actions while defending Leningrad as a part of the Baltic Fleet. And Tallinn was acquired from Germany before the outbreak of the Second World War, and in the late 1940s was due for a refit in line with Project 83K, significantly enhancing her batteries. Finally, available as soon as the update lands, Riga headlines the range, boasting 8.7-inch 220mm guns, which makes sense since she's one of the early designs of Project 82, which turned out to become the well-known Stalingrad. Give the new cruisers a shot and hit us with some feedback. I mean, I would hit you with feedback, but it appears that I have the worst RNG ever, and my feedback misses the target completely because of the dispersion. So, yeah. You know, that's a thing. Black Friday 2021. This year, Black Friday is as good as ever. Massachusetts, Exeter, Graf's Bay, Les Terrible all make an appearance in black style, with a ton of in-game items available with hefty discounts alongside them. Warhammer 40,000. I'm used to seeing it as Warhammer 40K, but Warhammer 40K, the Eternal Crusade meets Wah. Why? Why? This is the lamentations of all of the battleship captains, right here. Wah! Alright, the second part of our collaboration with Warhammer 40K is here. Adeptus Astartes, okay, of the Black Templars chapter clash with the... Oh god. This is where I'm gonna completely screw it. The second part of our collaboration with Warhammer 40K is here. At least they did it right here. Adeptus Astartes, or Astartes, of the Black Templars chapter clash with orcs in fierce... comma right here. There's a comma. Adeptus Astartes of the Black Templars chapter clash with orcs in fierce battle on the high seas. Led by sword brother Augustine Riegerwald, or... Yeah, I guess that would be... Good lord. I hate Warhammer's freaking names. Augustine Riegerwald. I don't know. We'll go with that. The Black Templars ride to battle aboard the Cross of Dorn. The Cross of Dorn. Blood for the Blood God? I think. Is that what I'm thinking? I could be wrong. I'm just trying to go back to my Lathrix. I know nothing about Warhammer, by the way, if you didn't notice. But I think... Anyway, with gameplay centered around effective AP shells. Well, that's good. I like that. I like the sound of effective AP shells. The orcs with Grotmaz Smart. Okay, so we have Smart and a Starts. At the helm, he's real smart, believe us. Prepare for battle on the ship's smasher. Sounds about right. Burn and ram, that's the spirit, as opposed to rip and tear until it's done. And of course, she's red, because the red goes faster. Okay, I don't know, I don't know anything about Warhammer, but this is pretty hilarious so far. Along with these commanders and ships, you can get themed camos. Look for them in the dedicated Eternal War crates. Themed flags and patches can be obtained through collaboration bundles. Warhammer 40K, copyright Games Workshop Limited 2020, GW Games Workshop. Space Marine 40K, Warhammer. Jesus! How much more do you need to go here? There's a huge copyright. 40,000, the Aquila, double-headed eagle logo, and all associated logos, illustrations, images, names, creatures, races, vehicles, locations, weapons, characters, and the distinctive likeness thereof are either, I can't see that, copyright or trademark, or copyright Games Workshop Limited, variably registered around the world and used under license. All rights reserved to their respective owners. Good Lord. Was this necessary? Like, let's just look at this at the end. I had to read it because it's too good. Look at this. Look how long this is. Good Lord. Ranked returns for 3 seasons. Woohoo! Please, God, do not let there be heals and stuff in ranked. Please, never again. 3 new seasons with the ship tiers 5 through 7. Okay, fair enough. I like it. No aircraft carriers and a limit for destroyers. Always a good thing. If only we could get that limit for destroyers to be in regular matches, we'd be set. I mean, we still have the fire spam to worry about, but that would be a good start. Sounds like a good reason to test your skills. Getting to rank 1 makes you ineligible to play in the season, which is usual for ranked. You're too good for that at such point, obviously. Please note, in these seasons, while getting a new rank, you don't get another star. So losing the next game results in you going back 1 rank. Except for the irrevocable ones. You keep the star if you were the best player on the team that lost. So, wait a second. Please note, while getting a new rank, you don't get a new star. Okay, so each rank, when you rank up... Okay, I had to think for a second what they were talking about. So when you rank up, in previous seasons, when you hit a new rank, you get an extra star. So the final win for getting out of a rank basically counted as 2 wins. This is going to stop that. So you're not going to get an extra star when you get to the new rank. So each win is going to be a single star, and a loss, you have to be the best player on your team to retain your star, which is pretty much normal. Okay, so I had to think about how that is. A draw counts as a loss for both teams, same as usual. Now, for the best thing, the prizes. You can see the distribution for each season in the infographics. We don't have infographics, but we do have a thing down here. So, the better you do, the more prizes you'll get. However, to get the full picture and exact numbers, make sure to log in to the game once the seasons begin. The complete rule set is as follows. So, November 11th through the 15th, ship tier is 5, and team size is 5. Ship types, no aircraft carriers, a maximum of 1 destroyer per team, 7 ranks, no leagues. Okay, and irrevocable ranks, obviously, tiers rank 7, 6, 3, and 1. So, seems like they're making them less altogether, so you don't have to go as crazy. Divisions of up to 2 players are allowed, same as usual. Maps, Archipelago, Ring, and Strait. Okay. I don't have a problem with any of those. Not for small maps or small matches anyway. Season 18. November 18 through the 22nd, ship tier will be tier 6. Ship types, no aircraft carriers, a maximum of 1 destroyer per team, 7 ranks, no leagues, team size of 5, irrevocable ranks 7, 6, 3, and 1. Divisions of up to 2 players are allowed, and the maps will be New Dawn, Trident, and Neighbors. Oof. Neighbors is a big map for only 5 people. So that's going to be an interesting one. Season 19, November 25th through the 29th, will be Tier 7. Ship types, no aircraft carriers, a maximum of 1 destroyer per team, 7 ranks, no leagues. Team size is 5, with irrevocable ranks at 7, 6, 3, and 1. Divisions of up to 2 players are allowed, and the maps are Trident, Neighbors, and Haven. Okay. So, nothing too crazy. Balance changes. Tier 5 New Mexico. Main battery shell grouping was improved by 7%. So, basically, New Mexico just got the ability, well, got a buffed-in ability to have the main battery mod 1, which none of the American battleships get until Tier 7, because they get the artillery plotting room, except for premium destroyers who get the artillery plotting room at Tier 3. So, keep that in mind. Main battery reload time was decreased from 34.2 seconds to 32.5 seconds. So that's nice. John Jelico, Base Commander John Jelico skills on Second Thought and Smoke on the Water were replaced by Hidden Threat and Burn Baby Burn, respectively, in the previous update. This was done to make his skill tree more useful in aircraft carrier builds. Okay. Kleber, the maximum torpedo range for legendary tier Kleber was decreased from 8 kilometers to 6 kilometers. That's actually huge. So, that's awesome. No more Klebers sitting just outside of being able to be, or sitting at, 7 kilometers comfortably hidden and dropping torps. But, that being said, Kleber still has the ability with the right build to have, while the engine boost is running, a 4.3 or 4.2 kilometer surface detection, which means they're still going to be able to easily get in and stealth torp. So, it's a good start for nerfing the Kleber, but I would like to see more done to the Kleber. But we'll see. Only time will tell, right? We'll see if more people stop playing the Kleber and start playing other ships. But only time will tell. One thing's for sure, reducing the range on the torps to 6 kilometers is going to definitely hamper a lot of the worst players out there. Like the people that aren't as good with torpedoes. Because, like I said, this thing generally has like a 5 or a 5.2 kilometer surface detection until it hits the engine reload or the engine boost, and then it gets that extra bonus to its concealment. So getting to inside torpedo range, you're gonna be putting yourself in danger, which is something that I think the Kleber definitely needed. Evasive Maneuver. The Evasive Maneuver Tier 7 aircraft carrier's consumable was changed. Instead of granting invulnerability, it now decreases incoming damage to planes by 50%. HUD now has yellow state to indicate reduced incoming damage while the Evasive Maneuver consumable is active. Okay, so no more invincible planes, but it does reduce. I actually think that that'll be fine. Thank you. Again, Wargaming, for actually listening. See, this is the thing. Everybody says Wargaming doesn't listen. Our developers do listen. It takes time to implement changes. We just have to, deal with it until it gets there. But they are trying. And so this is going to be a huge deal. No more invincible planes. Planes are going to be shot down a little bit. It's still 50% damage reduction for planes is pretty significant. It's not immune, but it's pretty close. Miscellaneous. Added epicenter scenarios for Tears of the Desert, Tier 7 and Legendary battles, and Trident. Alright! Finally getting some epicenter into regular battles. That's going to be fun. If you don't know what the epicenter match or game mode is, it is literally, I think it's 3 rings, maybe it's 4 rings, at the center of a map. And each ring can be capped from anywhere on the ring, right? From either side. and people getting into the outer ring, and each inner ring gives you more points. So if you capture the center ring, you're going to get more points than having the outside ring, and so on and so forth. But yeah, Epicenter is actually a fun game mode, so I can't wait to see how that's going to play out. And it's on Tears of the Desert and Trident. So Trident, it'll only be for Tier 4s and 5, which is fine. It's a smaller map. And then for Tears of the Desert, this is going to be for Legendaries and Tier 7. So that'll be interesting. And reworked spawn points for the map Haven. Hopefully this will help balance the map out instead of having everybody end up grouped up in just a mess. No matter what you do, you seem to run into an entire team of ships rather than everybody spreading out and trying to get crossfires on that map. So that'll be interesting. And the middle spawn points for both the northern and southern teams were adjusted for the Shards map. That's good. Let's pray to God that it's further than like 30 feet behind where they were before. Because getting spotted 20 seconds into a match is not a whole lot of fun when you're in the middle of the map and everybody can shoot you at Legendary tier. Or at high tiers anyway. So keep that in. North is no longer available as a map for Tier 4s. It was too large for these smaller ships. I can see that. It's definitely on the bigger side of maps, but yeah. Check out the variety of content and turn the tide. So that's apparently it, guys. So there's a lot of changes, a lot of stuff coming. I didn't see a change to the Weimar here, so we'll see how that goes. That may be in the next update, but either way, Kleber getting a little bit of a nerf. Again, I think that's going to be a big deal. But at the same time, good players are still going to be able to do what they want. I still think it'll be incredibly powerful, if not OP. But we'll see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I try to go over everything in detail. I try to make it entertaining so that, you know, it's not just like watching paint dry. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.